Hi guys, welcome to videos or activity 6. We're going to do this simple glass activity here, which uses a feature called Revolve. So Revolve involves rotating a profile, a cross-sectional profile around an axis, and it basically, in a 360, or any angle for that matter, we're going to do 360 degrees today, and it will generate the solid body of the surface. So that's going to be the main focus of it today. So we're going to draw it smack bang in the center of the front plane. Now I've just got this sketch here which kind of summarizes it. This is the profile, the cross section of the glass that we're going to revolve. Okay, so we're going to try follow this. Okay, so first of all I'm going to draw this rough outline here. I'm going to start down here at the origin and I'm going to try draw this kind of outline, and we'll figure it out as we go along. Okay, back into SolidWorks. Okay, front plane, normal 2, and the first thing we're going to do is a center line, like so. And the center line, will I give it the full height of the object? Let me see. Yeah, I'm going to make it 140. Okay, so 140. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try trace that outline of the glass. So I'm going to come up, start using a line command, and I'm going to come up to here, up a little bit, in, come up at a slight angle, horizontal at the top, down at an angle as well, to the bottom, over, up, and we're going to close it off here like that. Okay, so you can get a better view of it there. Now, later versions of SolidWorks is great because it made these two lines parallel. I needed them to be parallel. If it doesn't make them parallel, that's the first thing you do here. Select one, hold control, select the other, and go to parallel. Okay, so that's it. It already done that for me, which is great. Now, what are my measurements here? Let's see. So I'm going to go 4 at the bottom, 15, 10, 30. So 4, 15, 10, 30. We can keep that in mind. So here's the 10. And from here to the origin, sorry, let me go back and do that again. So from the corner to this point here, horizontally it's going to be 30. This little gap here vertically is going to be 4. And from here to here is going to be 15, I think. I know it's 15, but I just want to go back and double check where the measurement is taken from. So yeah, both are from the origin there. Okay. So height is 140. Okay, 35 at the top, and the gap between the two parallel lines should be 2. Okay, so we'll make that 2. Then it's 35 at the top from, I think it's the very outer edge to the center line. Okay. What are we missing? A little radius in here that I'm going to do. Okay, so it's not fully defined at the moment yet, so let's just go back in here. Radius 5 fillet. So here's my sketch fillet now. So I'm going to go radius 5, and with a sketch fillet we just need to click the corner like so. Green tick. Now I'm going to start dragging stuff here, see what the story is, what's not defined, and what can I do. Okay, so that there. Okay, I see the problem here. So what I need to do is make this point here, hold control, and this point here horizontally in line. And oh, look at that, it's after making the whole thing fully defined. That simple little thing there. Okay, so that's grand. I'm happy enough with that. Isometric view. We're going to use our brand new function, feature, called Revolve Boss Base. So Revolve Boss Base, and I'm going to come out with that and do it the other way around. I'm going to click the sketch first and then Revolve Boss Base. Now I'm going to delete this here for a second. So it wants the axis of revolution first, which would be this center line here, and it's automatically picked up the glass there, and it gives a nice preview of it, and you can see what it's doing there. So that's pretty much it. 360 degrees, axis of symmetry, and just blindly do it. Done. Okay, so we have our glass. Next thing we're going to do is that fully round fillet that we've done for it was in the TV bracket. Okay, so fillet, fully round fillet, and we're going to do the top flat part and the inside, the outside, top part and the inside. So first one, right click, second one, right click, third one, right click, and it puts a nice little fillet there at the top. Okay, so we'll just call this body revolve and rim fillet, like so. Let's see what the next thing is. So blah blah blah, we have all that done. Great, great, great. Flying through it, fully round fillet, now okay, fillets on the bottom, so add 3mm fillets to the edges shown, so it's the two green lines, basically, green circles. Okay, so it's a standard fillet this time. Go back to the first standard fillet, 3mm. 1, 2, just double check that. Actually, no, you'll see that that green line is actually the inside. So I can go back in here, I'm going to right click and delete that one and go for this one here. 3mm, done. Great, now we're flying. So we're going to put a sketch underneath of something, this kind of glassware text, and it's going to be on a radius 10mm arc. So I'm going to show you a new sketch function here as well, which is handy. So I'm going to look normal to that. I'm going to sketch, let's just suggest an arc here or a circle. Mention the arc. Okay, so it's doing an arc. So what I'll do here is, because it's a perfect semicircle, I'm just going to draw myself a line here through the center. So it's going to be a perfect diameter. I'm going to right click and go select midpoint, hold control on the keyboard and select the origin, and I want to go coincident, so now it's centered. And now I'm going to go to an arc. So we've never used an arc before, so we'll go to center point arc. So I'll just click the center of the arc, one end of the circumference, and just draw it around to there. Now what we want to do here is obviously smart dimension it to be radius 10. That's quite big actually. That shouldn't be that big. Just wondering, did I do a measurement? That should not be that big. So I'm just going to go back and have a look at my very first sketch here. Is there something that I done wrong? So was it the 30? I think it was the 30 actually. Just let me go back to my measurements here. No, 30 was from there. That has to be a mistake. That radius 10. Maybe it's radius 5. Interesting. So let me go back and edit that sketch. Right click on it. First option, edit sketch. Look normal to it. Ah, okay. Sorry, I've seen what I've done there. Right. There we are. Radius 10. Apologies about that. Now, I'm going to use this arc like we did with the Samsung camera to write text on it, but if you remember the Samsung camera, that line was not a solid line, it was a dashed line. Now this is obviously an arc, not a center line, but what we can do is we can actually select that arc and turn it into like a center line arc. So click the arc, come over here and go to for construction, and it turns it into a dashed arc, okay, which is perfect. So that can be done with any line, any fillet, any piece of sketch geometry, that can be done. Now we go to letter A. We're going to select the curve we want to put the writing on, and we're going to all capitals write glassware, and it's obviously too big at the moment. I'm going to center it there. Use document font, Arial black, 3 units, 3 high, and a line to the center, which I've done. So the units should be 3, and we're going to go with Arial. There's no Arial black, so I'll just make it bold. Like so. Now you'll notice there it's back to front. Okay, so what we can do is we can mess around with these letter A's here. Glassware. There we are. Brilliant. Green tick. Exit the sketch, and what we're going to do now is extrude that to a depth of 1mm. Select the sketch, features, extrude boss base, 1mm. Green tick. There we are. And I think that's about it. Now obviously we turn it into glass, so go back to my isometric view, appearances, and we're going to go with glass, and we'll just go with clear glass, simple as that. Now if we were to go do a photorealistic image of that, it would take a while because glass is actually quite memory and processor intensive in terms of generating the view. It's because it's see-through, it's a material in itself, but it's also processing the see-through aspect, the other materials that it can see through. So that's Revolve Boss Base. We're going to be using that more times as we go on. And let's see, I might do a kind of a little trick with this here to bring in something. Okay, so imagine we wanted to put orange juice in the glass. Okay, you can try this as well with me. SolidWorks has a material called orange juice, I think. So if I go in here and go down to miscellaneous, possibly, maybe not stone, where is it? Fabric, organic, liquid, and there's milk, blood, there's loads of different ones there. Okay, so we're going to use orange juice in a minute, but what I want to do is fill that with orange juice. And as we know, like when we put a liquid into a container, it takes to that shape of the container. So what I'll do here is on the front plane, look normal to it, what I'm going to do is convert the inside profile of the glass, I think I can do this, to actual sketch geometry, and then I can do another Revolve Boss Base for that. So just follow with me, it'll make sense in a second, hopefully. So I'll draw myself a center line up the middle again, because we're going to do a revolve, I think. And we're going to go to convert entities. Now convert entities, basically what it means is it'll take a 3D physical object, a line or an arc or a corner or something like that, and it'll turn it into a piece of sketch geometry that you can use again. It's very good for using when we're trying to get two identical size pieces to fit together, like a same radius or a same fit. So obviously when there's orange juice in that glass there, it's going to take to that shape of the inside of the glass. So what I want to do is get the inside of the glass as a sketch. So hopefully this is straightforward now, we'll see. To use convert entities, I think you have to go to draw something first. So you go to line and then you go to convert entities. Entities to convert. Now it's not letting me do it here, so what I might have to do is go to a section view to do this. Now here's our section view here, and you can see what it's doing there. So you can change with the different planes, and you can drag it in and out, which is dead handy for a section view. Go to the top one there, like so. It's not very interesting, that one, but I'm going to go, let's go to the front one there for a second, and I'll green tick that, and I will go to the front plane again. I'm going to drag that up there and go to sketch a line and go to convert entities, and I want to take that there, okay, just the lines, and go green tick. Face does not have a peripheral loop, okay, interesting. Maybe I can trace around it, maybe I can just take the corners in even. So let me even do this one. Yeah, see, it's after doing that one there. Let's try this line here. Convert entities. Sorry. Convert entity. It's been a while since I used convert entities. No, it doesn't do it there. Okay, so what I can kind of do here is maybe trace around it. So come out with that all together. And can I even... It's not even letting me select the line itself. Or is it? No, it's not. Damn it. Geez, I should have planned this out a bit better. So I'm just going to get rid of that for a second, pause the video, and I'll come back.